It's Metal Nerd.
What about the news about the old Pantera?
Oh yeah.
Yep, I put a little stinky at the end of the Among the Living. It wasn't a stinky. It was just
Stinky.
kind of a. It was kind of a, well, you know, I mean, if we're gonna just call that, I don't mind if you call it anything other than Pantera, because to call it Pantera.
Well, hold
No,
on,
don't
wait,
be
stop.
that guy. You gotta be that guy.
Are you the guy that's mad because they're gonna be up there playing Pantera songs?
No, hear me out.
Are you that guy?
I'm cool with them playing the songs.
Yeah.
No problem with that.
They can't call it Pantera?
I don't think they should call it that.
Why?
Half of the band's
Well, think of Van Halen.
So?
Let's have a Van Halen reunion. Well, Eddie Van Halen's dead.
that's his last name.
Well, what about Metallica? What about Black Sabbath? What about Ozzy?
But
What about
would Metallica be the same if Hetfield was gone and somebody else came?
There was a time Black Sabbath only had Tony Iommi.
I know.
Yeah.
And I agree. Even with that,
why can't you call?
don't
They're up
call
there
it
playing
that.
Pantera songs.
here's what I'm saying. My appeal is, because Phil already did this with the Illegals last year. He did the live stream with the vulgar display of Pantera.
Yeah.
That wasn't with Rex.
Well, but something like that.
He went out with somebody else and played vulgar songs.
But what I'm saying is, if it has something, well, he played more than vulgar stuff because he played stuff throughout the catalog.
Okay, good.
But my point is call it something else. Anything.
Why do you
got to
call it something else? Why?
I don't know. It's just it seems wrong to me. I don't
Why?
know. It just seems.
What's wrong about it?
And this is
It just seems weird.
Can't you just enjoy it?
I can enjoy it, but it's not.
I don't think you
not
can.
The same thing. It's just not the same.
It is the same thing.
and it's
going to be different.
Metal fans.
But it's not
metal
like they're up
fans.
there writing a new album and we're going to call it Pantera because
that would
we're
be
like
a real problem.
because we're riding on the coattails or whatever.
Yeah, now
no,
that would be a real problem.
they're gonna go out there and tribute, and
That's just it. It's a tribute.
Okay,
I think to call it Pantera,
They're playing
kinda
Pantera songs.
disingenuous. I know, but
It's only metal fans that have a problem with this because
it's fucking ridiculous.
so
man.
many bands have done this for the last 30 fucking years and nobody ever complains. But as soon as a metal band does it, their fans don't like it. And I know what you're saying. I do. But I think this is more legitimate than say, okay, Rat, for instance.
Yeah.
Rat's been touring without one fucking member of Rat.
Yeah. Well, it's been like
forever.
kind of like how Quiet Riot did, where
Yes.
it got to where it's like everybody.
Quiet Riot's
went
doing
away
it
and-
again. There's nobody in Quiet Riot except Rudy Sarzo came back. And I'm like, why would he even do that? Because there's nobody else in that band that was even a part of Quiet Riot at any point in their career. But Rudy Sarzo says, okay, well, I'll come back, and that makes it Quiet Riot. That's one guy.
I mean, would I go see it? Yes, I will definitely go see it. Would I enjoy it? Yes, I would enjoy it. But to me,
But you got to complain about it. I mean, what the fuck? Why can't you just enjoy it? Why you got to complain about
It
it?
just doesn't seem like it's. I don't know, man. It just seems weird. It just seems weird.
It's not weird.
They formed
It's weird to
Pantera
me.
without, I understand they formed Pantera without Phil. Pantera would not be Pantera without Phil.
That's fair.
And
No, they wouldn't.
no.
Yeah.
No, they were cool. They were a good guitar player, great drummer. But when Phil joined the band, they became the Pantera that everybody knows. And yeah, I have no problem.
And I have no doubt that Zach and Charlie will crush it in the guitar and drum department, respectively. It's just
and
for
you're
whatever
talking about
reason,
you're talking about
seems odd.
Dimebag's best friend, basically playing guitar. I
Yeah.
mean, him and Zach were really close friends, and and Zach's doing it as a tribute to Dime. Charlie Benante's doing it as a tribute to Vinny.
I guess that's the question. The line draw in the sand is how do you differentiate between, like, even with the Sabbath thing, I wasn't necessarily cool with, okay, well, it's just basically Tony Iommi and then everybody else has been switched out and everything else. It's like, well, you're still calling it Sabbath, but
Yeah.
is it?
I don't even think this is that same thing, though. I think this is Phil wanting to do a Pantera tour.
Yeah.
And he got two of the most respected fucking thrash metal, heavy metal musicians to take the place of two of the most respected heavy metal, thrash metal musicians.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? And by no means are they trying to belittle what
Of
Vinnie
course
Paul
not,
or Dimebag did.
But to be fair, to set it up in perspective, if you were to go see, let's say, I don't want to say bad vibes, but let's say Eddie's passed, if Alex were gone,
Right.
if Michael Anthony and David Lee Roth wanted to go out and do a Van Halen reunion.
Yeah.
That would be completely ridiculous because A, the band is named after him. B, that is the heart of Van Halen.
There's already been talks about Alex Van Halen, David Lee Roth, Joe Satriani, and fucking somebody else on
Yeah,
bass.
what's the big deal? If they're up there playing, it's not like they're playing Scorpion songs.
Scorpions.
They're playing Van Halen songs. And they were in Van Halen at one point. So why can't they fucking play Van Halen and call themselves Van Halen?
You know that'll never happen.
You know what I'm saying?
I know, but it just seems weird.
What the fuck, man? Why does everybody got
I
to get
agree.
to the pussy in a wad?
Yeah. And then you got 3 different bands touring as Great White, and then you got but they have to change it to
And you were saying Queensryche has the same.
Queensryche, yeah.
Geoff's not there,
Yeah.
but they're still calling it Queensryche.
Well, it'd be like if someone gave you a joint and said, hey, man, you're going to smoke some weed? Sure. Oh, this isn't weed. Yeah, it's CBD. It's the same thing.
I don't think
No,
so.
it's not.
No,
it's
it's
not.
not.
The same thing. It's not even.
It's Phil on vocals and Rex on bass. It's two
It'll
of
be
the,
interesting,
two of
no
the
doubt.
classic
Yeah.
lineup members.
It's half.
Yeah,
It's
it's
fucking
half.
half. They can call it fucking Pantera.
Well, then we should easily, in that case, using that logic, we should call SOD Anthrax, or we could call Anthrax SOD.
That's different logic. I'm sorry.
It's kind of
No, because those are 2 totally separate bands.
I know, but I mean,
SOD was SOD,
They played
MOD
different
was
shit.
MOD, Anthrax was Anthrax.
Yeah, they
This
played
is the
different
singer
shit.
and bass player of Pantera playing without the Abbott brothers, which the Abbott brothers founded Pantera. I understand that.
right.
But
That's where it gets weird for me, I guess.
I guarantee you the Abbott brothers,
Just because they founded it doesn't mean they're the only ones that can be.
I've got friends that argue this shit about Pink Floyd. That Pink Floyd, after fucking Sid Barrett left, it's not
wasn't
Pink
the
Floyd.
same.
Wasn't Pink Floyd.
Well,
And
there's
I'm like,
people that say that about Maiden. Well, what's Paul Di'Anno's guy? It's not Maiden
So,
anymore.
this is my point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's the point? It's fucking stupid.
I mean, I'll
just
still
go up there and
enjoy it.
enjoy the shit.
I will still enjoy
Buy your
it.
fucking ticket. Give your devil horns.
There you
and
go.
Have a good time.
Thank you. Good night.
Yeah.
But here's a question, though, in all seriousness.
No, they could call it Pantera the Abbott Tribute Tour or something like that. That'd be great.
Something like that would be, at least that's sort of giving homage, because there might be.
They will give.
They will give
will. I'm
homage.
sure
the
they
whole
will.
fucking
For
tour.
sure.
Now,
I mean,
now here's the question.
when we went and saw Down,
Yeah.
Phil even said something about Diamond and
Vinny.
Vinny then.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like he's up there shitting. They didn't play a Pantera song, but he gave
And
hail to
Rita's fully endorsing this. She said if Dimebag was still alive right now, Pantera would probably be back together. That they would have mended fences.
I'm
and,
sure, yeah.
You know. So because you grow up, you know,
Yeah.
and fucking Phil has obviously grown up a lot
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And you know, it's musicians were a bunch of fucking assholes. We really are.
Well, you get purists. I mean, let's
Yeah.
be real. You get
Yeah.
purists.
It's
The
ego.
same people that
It's
are like,
ego.
Fucking ego.
Metallica since Cliff died.
It's ego and it's drugs and yada yada.
I
But
want to go see
still.
Metallica with their original bass player. He's still alive. There was a bass player before Cliff.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's not the same thing, man. You can't say. All right.
well,
We'll go on and on.
they-
I'll
they-
still go see the show, and I'll go buy a shirt, and I'll get relaxer.
Okay,
at the
good.
show.
But we'll stop fucking complaining about it.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. I'm just
You're
saying.
complaining.
No,
Now,
it's not.
Bill and I
You're
were
the one
having this
complaining.
conversation. There's you know, this whole that you claim this band is yours, right? And then they can't do anything that you don't like, and then or the fans who come in, like Metallica, for instance. There are people out there that started liking Metallica because they heard Load.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
that's the whole thing when it gets bigger than you, and it's not about just it's not your band anymore, and that's where and some of that for us, to be real,
Yeah.
because we all saw Pantera back in the day,
Right.
in the heyday, in the middle of, which I guess would be the same.
We
as
were
like a Black
blessed.
Sabbath fan who saw them on the first 6 tour,
And they were blessed.
and then somebody else that came into
Dude.
it in 1990, and it's just
I got my hand raised.
Yep.
All right. I went and
Wait,
saw Page
Russell.
and Plant.
Do you have a question?
Yeah. I have a statement. I went and saw Page and Plant.
Yeah.
I never got to see Led Zeppelin, right? But I got to see Page and Plant.
Oh, were you fucking pissed that they went out there as Page and Plant?
No, well, they didn't go as Led
This is
Zeppelin.
bullshit.
That's the thing. They didn't go as Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, but they
That would've
played.
been
They could have.
They played nothing.
Why would it be weird? It's fucking the singer and the guitar player.
Right.
Why would it be weird? Jesus Christ.
My point behind that was, if they would have called themselves Led Zeppelin, I would have been fucking thrilled because I'd have had a Led Zeppelin shirt and I
Yeah.
saw the two
There you
of the
go.
founding members.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the whole Barry Bonds with the asterisks and the home runs kind of thing. It's like,
think about your favorite.
I love the helmet.
I mean, Page is like the only one left out of the original.
he's like the Dave Mustaine.
Exactly fucking Megadeth too.
Yeah.
So,
Which,
Speaking
by the
of
way,
which, have y'all heard the
holy
new tune?
shit.
Have you heard it?
I think
I've heard a little bit. Yeah.
This has the ability from the 2 songs that I've heard. Now this is a big statement, and I'm probably going to get a lot of shit for it. Could be one of the best Megadeth albums ever. It's
I think it's there's a lot riding on it.
It's fucking good. The first 2 songs they've released are just ridiculous.
Well, it's supposed to be like a series to explain like the origin of Vic Rattlehead and where it comes from, and it looks super
that's cool.
dark and weird and cool.
That's cool on its own, but I'm just saying the way the songs sound, like the riffage and the fucking production. Holy shit, that guitar sound is sick. It is so sick.
Hello everybody, this is Gazer, the butler. You're listening to Metal Nerdery. Go buy their shit at metalnerdery.com/merch. I've got to go get Millie some more pasta sauce. You can also go to metalnerdery.com/episodes. A podcast or whatever the fuck it's called today.
Right.
But now I gotta go write some songs and resurrect John, Paul, George, and Ringo. Anyway.
I think it's the nuts in my mouth that made me forget.